Jammin, guys, welcome back. It's Jamie. This week's video, as you can tell by the title, is recreation of Venom. Recreating Venom. I absolutely loved how this turned out. It turned out better than what I thought it was going to do. There is a lot of prep to this video, so that will be all following, and then the application. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them down below. If you're new, why don't you go on and hit the subscribe button, just so you don't miss out on any future content. I post videos every Friday. Really hope you all enjoy this look as much as I did. It's definitely up there as one of my favorites. Some of this look does require a few specific items, but if you don't have those, then you can always find a substitute. Hope you enjoy it. Alright, starting off, guys, I am using Elymorph plastic. These are tiny little plastic beads that you pour into hot water that go from white to clear. Once they're clear, you're then going to pick it up with a fork, take it out of the water, and carefully making sure it's okay to your touch. You definitely want to be careful with this because they are going to be a little bit on the warmer side. But then you can start molding the beads together so it's smoother. Once it is all smooth, you're then going to tear off little pieces and start molding or sculpting your teeth. Now, the size of the teeth are going to depend on how big your mouth is going to be, basically how you want to sculpt this. My pieces, I first realized that some of them were too big, and I've actually cut some of them down later on, but that's just because I have a smaller face, and the proportion size for how I wanted my Venom would be really wonky. One of the things I've also did is I sculpted Venom's tongue, the long lizard / Gene Simmons type tongue, just because I think it gives it a little bit more style and creation to my version of Venom than some of the other ones that you've seen. Next, I'm gonna go in and grab my life cast and start tracing out where I want Venom's eyes and mouth to sit on my face. Now, if you don't have a life cast, you can just build this creature right onto your face. However, keep in mind you're not going to be able to dry each section as you go, which means the process is going to take longer. What we're going to do now is make some latex paste. This is created with liquid latex and some flour mixed together to form a thicker building consistency. Then, applying all on the inside where I drew the mouth, I'm just going to apply a generous amount and then stick it in the microwave for 10 seconds to harden most of this layer. This is just creating our base. Moving on with more liquid paste, we're then going to start building up around the outer side of the mouth. This is going to give us a basic idea of the smile and how we're going to start applying the teeth. At this point, I also wanted to apply a thicker amount just in the middle part because I'm going to apply the tongue before I apply the teeth. Doing this allows me to make sure the tongue is secure, and then I can place the teeth around it so it looks more natural than if I were to place the teeth and then try to figure out how to get the tongue coming out. During the process of making sure the tongue stays in, I've built up the liquid paste around it using liquid latex to smooth it down. So basically the liquid latex that's inside the mouth is also attached to the tongue, so it looks like one flowing tongue. After you have the tongue secure, you can go ahead and stick that in the microwave for about 10 seconds just to really make sure it stays in place. Next, with the same technique, we're just going to apply some more latex paste on the area where we're going to start placing the teeth, and then just start placing the teeth flat down. It's okay if the top of the teeth, where gums would normally be, is showing, because we are going to fix that after we lay all the initial teeth first. I now have all the teeth laid and spaced how I like it. I'm then gonna just apply a very thin layer of liquid latex over this where the gums would be, just to make sure everything's really blended in and it looks more like a mouth. After that, I am just going to cover the rest of the side that I'm working on with latex, just to give it a good all over base, completely seal it so it's more like a mask once I'm ready to peel it off. Alright, so next I wanted to create Venom's eye. I just grabbed a piece of plastic. This is just from something that I've purchased. It was the plastic that was covering to protect the item inside. I traced out Venom's eye and then cut a little bit bigger about how I normally would like it. I then placed it on the specific area, pushed it down into the liquid latex, and then I just used more liquid latex paste to kind of go over the eye on the outer side so it actually looked like an eye socket instead of the eyeball on top. Alright, as soon as all that's finished, you stick it in the microwave for another 10 seconds just so we can start painting. First off, I'm going to go in just under the teeth and start painting black all on the inside. Now this could be a little bit difficult, so you could always do this before you stick the teeth in, but now that your teeth are secure in the liquid latex, you can kind of maneuver them around a little bit. Then we're going to start grabbing a red and just cover it on the outside of the mouth. However, nicely done, Jamie. You moved it up too far. You can't say. Guys, just imagine you're putting lipstick on something. Just put it around the mouth. We'll blend later. Next, I started going in with the teeth. I did make them a little bit darker just to start off with, and then I gradually started using lighter colors just so I had a build of stain and not just pearly whites with a little bit of yellow stain. After that, I go into painting the tongue. I just painted a generic pink. Once I go in and actually apply this, I will be applying darker colors and then really giving it the design that I want. After that, I'm just going in with black. Doesn't matter how opaque it is, I'm just giving a quick all over base to the mask. Alright, once you've checked to make sure that your mask is completely dry, you can now start taking it off the life cast. What I would suggest is gently start from the outer side, make your way all the way around the outside, and then start to make your way in. If you notice that the mask is starting to tear a little bit, what I would suggest is go back, put more liquid latex, let it re-dry, and then start to peel again. This is just to make sure that you have a thick consistency all around so you don't ruin the mask. Alright, now that the hard stuff is over, it's time to apply. What you're going to want to do is, if you have long hair like myself, is split it half down the middle. The one side what the mask is going to be applied on, you're going to braid your hair tightly to the scalp, just down to the back, tie it off, and pin it with a hairpin. Next, you are going to cut a bald cap in half. Then, using liquid latex, you're going to go around the perimeter of the bald cap to make sure it is secure onto your face. What I do for the back of the bald cap is I just stuck some bobby pins through it, so then I can secure the back end to my hair. Then I just really quickly painted the back end of the bald cap, just so when I put the actual prosthetic on, I knew I was able to reach it. What I did next is I wanted to protect my eyebrow, so I used a glue stick, stuck down all my eyebrow hairs, and then what I also did for extra measures is I cut up the other half of the bald cap, and I just placed this over my eye. It was secured down with the glue stick, and then the areas that didn't have hair, I secured down with liquid latex. Now we're going to actually apply the prosthetic to our face. What I'm using is Prozaid. This is a SFX glue. I'm going to apply this all over on the inside of the mask, and I'm going to wait for it to go from white to clear. This means it is sticky and tacky, and it will stick better or adhere better to my face. Once I have the mask stuck, it is a little bit on the heavier side for a prosthetic because of the teeth and the tongue of how it's made from the plastic beads. So then I'm gonna hold on to it while the Prozaid is still drying, and I'm gonna go around the perimeter of the mask with liquid latex. Don't forget to blow dry. Now that we're all blow dried, we're then gonna go in with our black face paint and just coloring the entire face black. making sure any crevices is completely covered and there's no white showing. While you're going in with the black, you can then start extending a little bit of black onto your actual skin. This is just going to make it a little bit more detailed. Make sure when you're doing this look, you bring it all down to the neck area. You can go as low down as you would like. I only went to just above my collarbone. Now that you have those Jammin effects done, you might as well go into that beauty side. For the beauty look, I'm just doing a smoky eye to match my other dark side. Once you've completed the beauty side, I took down the remainder of my hair. Notice that I still needed some little touches up of the black, but overall, we're complete. I really do hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you next week. Bye! How do we end? Okay, that works. We're good.